Good afternoon, one sober to another here. If you're new to the channel, I'm Wayne, and in this channel we talk about everything sobriety and some of the tools that I've had that have helped me along the way, and my experiences, strength, and hope that can maybe guide you along your journey. And if you're new in your journey, there are some experiences here that you can take from. Before I begin, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, take a moment, hit that subscribe button if that's something you're into, because helping you get sober keeps me sober. Here's a challenge for you. I got my little dude hanging out in the background. If you spot him, hashtag I see him in the comments below. And later on, we're going to talk about how to win your Free Your Ghost bracelet from AK Free Your Ghost. Stick around because it's going to get good. Today's video is all about a lack of love and how that plays into your alcoholism. So, here we go. We're going to talk about something a little bit deep. So if you've already had your coffee, you might want to have another one. There's many things in my alcoholism that impacted the way I drank, and the way I felt always had something to do with how much I drank and the intensity in which I did it. If you've already found something to relate to in the first 30 seconds of me talking, hit that like button below. So check it out. I told you all about my life and when I grew up and how the sum of our parts has shaped me. And that video is also with Kevin Barnard, and you can look him up in the description below. His channel is really awesome, and he has a lot of relations to childhood as well. So for me, the biggest impact was a lack of love in my life. You know, I've never experienced it in the way that it's supposed to be shaped, as it's written and you're told and you see in movies and everything else. You know, generally a mother and a father, they love each other, and as parents they display that love either through hugs, kisses, or simply just saying I love you. And that's what I expected. You know, that's what I expected to see when I was growing up, but I didn't, not at all. It was actually quite opposite. So my father and my mother, they never really said I love you to each other. That kind of thing didn't really exist in my household. And I've told you before in the video, I'm not just an alcoholic and childhood abducted, and I'll put those cards up later, and you can check those out if you want to. So my father and my mother were always hit and miss. What I mean by that is they were never home at the same time. For the longest period, I thought it was simply because, you know, they didn't want to be parents, and maybe they had kids too early or whatever it is. I mean, after all, I had 2 brothers, 2 sisters, and I am a twin, so that's double the trouble, if you know what I'm saying. So I always thought they just didn't want to be around, and, you know, maybe one parent was a little more dominant than the other one. And my father, of course, was an explosive alcoholic, which later I found out was the largest reason that my mother wasn't around. So that love thing didn't really connect, and I didn't know how to love. I didn't know how to pass on empathy, you know, to put myself into someone else's shoes. I didn't really learn how to display compassion. I wasn't able to communicate effectively with another person on how I felt. Hell, I still have a hard time with it. How does this apply to my alcoholism, you're asking? Well, I'm going to tell you how. Because 9 times out of 10, and given you any scenario that you might think of, were you able to relate to a person saying they didn't feel good on a certain day? Were you able to care about another person who said, oh, I have a stomach ache? Or did you say to yourself, did you say to yourself, what's wrong with you? Get a grip. It's a stomach ache. Suck it up, buttercup, and drive on. Because that's what I think. You know, and I still think that even today. But as an active alcoholic, it was even worse. Someone could tell me all about their day, and I could care less, because guess what they were doing? Yup, cutting into my drinking time. And that applied to everything. Even when I got married. Well, actually, I'll go back just a little bit sooner than that. So, all the relationships that I developed throughout my life with, with girls, always kind of landed to what is it that I wanted out of the relationship? Not what they wanted or what they cared about or what they could have, but what did I get out of it? And that's how my idea of love developed. And so as my relationships built that way, it fed a lot into the way I began to drink. Because since I never had love, how could I give love? What did I think loved me better than anybody else? Alcohol. With it, I learned to show or fake compassion. I learned to fake empathy. And I learned that if the other person is drinking as well, they receive that as love from me. And it's not entirely. So that developed throughout all my relationships. And even when I got married. When I got married, I told you in the past, my wife, she drank, but she wasn't an alcoholic like me, but she drank. And so that made that deception that I was giving that much easier. I could fake my love so long as I could still drink. And that's what it boiled down to. My camera guy is getting kind of bored, so I'm going to kind of spool this up a little bit. Actually, that's my son. Say hello, everybody. Hi. He's awesome. I generally love that kid. I generally love my wife. And in sobriety, I've learned to love and actually experienced the feeling of love. There's nothing weird about telling your significant other or your children that you love them. It's not. It shouldn't even be a bother for you. But if you're an active alcoholic or an addict, it probably is. There's a whole lot more that could go into this topic. Matter of fact, we'll discuss it in another video along the road. But I wanted to tell you that a lack of love leaves you out of so much in life. And if you don't know how to show compassion for somebody or to give of yourself freely without expecting anything in return, it's a lot like being trapped in your active alcoholism or trapped in your addiction, where it's just all about you. And you will not experience life's joy without sharing it with somebody else. If that makes any sense to you, leave a comment. I mean, they're free. Just drop a comment below. And if you want to subscribe and you're into that kind of thing and you want to see more of this channel, hit that subscribe tab because you know what to do. Lastly, I just want to say, and zero promotions on this, have a good day, and I hope you are sober. And if you're not sober, I hope you got something from this video that you can relate to. And if I rambled on, leave a comment about that below. I'll try to shorten up my topics. I'll see you in the next one. One sober to another. Cheers. So, I have a challenge for you. This is from one sober to another. Check it out. Doesn't matter who. Go out today. Even look left and right. Maybe somebody's sitting right next to you. Okay, depending on how you mean it, tell them you love them. Tell your mother you love her. Tell your father, your brother, your cousin, a neighbor. It doesn't matter. Go out and spread your energy, spread your positivity, and tell someone you love them. And see how easy it is to pass joy on and to pass that feeling of hope. I'll see you in the next one. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you in the beginning of this video, I'm going to tell you how to get your free AK Free Your Ghost bracelet from AK Free Your Ghost. Also _ Ghost in My Bedroom on Facebook. She's awesome. Check out her podcast. Give her congratulations because she just got a thing with Pennsylvania Podcast. Here's how you win. Subscribe to this channel. I know I said it a lot today, but guess what? We got to build this one sober to another squad. So subscribe to the channel. Put hashtag FreeYourGhost in the comments below with your other free comments that you were going to put in before about this video. As well as go on to at AK FreeYourGhost on Instagram. Follow her on Instagram, as well as, what was the last one? Oh yeah, have a good day. So, here's what you gotta do. Subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram at One Sober to Another. Follow AK FreeYourGhost on Instagram at AK FreeYourGhost. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day and good luck. The announcement will be in 2 weeks.